What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? We're down here in South Texas with Andy with Official Charters. Now listen guys, we're out here in super shallow, super crystal clear water, and we're chasing these big old girls. Check out this fish that Chris just landed, and we're out here looking at the redfish, the trout, and it's a good time. Guys, how can they contact you if they want to come down to South Texas and chase these redfish and trout?
Give me a call at 956-455-7323. Or you can look me up on Facebook at Official Charters. It's OFISHAL Charters on Facebook.
So what's cool, guys, is not only does he run the charters, he also has a pier that you could come out and fish at, catch these trout right off the pier. And what's the price for someone to come out and fish your pier?
So the pier, it's 15 a person, groups of 4 or more, or 60 minimum. But I do bundle trips and cabin, which also include the pier, at $500 for 2 people. That's a night stay and a trip in the morning, and you fish all night.
And guys, I'll tell you, you're gonna see a lot of beautiful things out here. There's a lot of great nature that you get to see that you might not see anywhere else. I mean, this guy's got deer coming in the yard. He's got fish off the piers and redfish and trout everywhere, huh?
I got owls that scare you at night too.
Owls, and he even said something about a Littlefoot. It's their Bigfoot, but little.
It's Littlefoot. We got big Littlefoot.
Hey guys, stay tuned. We're gonna have a good time.
Oh, it's a trout.
Yep. All right, Chris is hooked up.
Nice trout too. Top water. Oh!
Save the day.
Did it come off?
There you go. Net. Sometimes you gotta net them.
You always got another here. Especially trout.
Let's see what he got. Nice, yeah, that's a good one. There you go. Get the markings on that. Beauty. Yeah, buddy. Chris is on. His first Texas red.
Technically my second.
Oh, that's true.
This is a better one.
Yeah, I forgot you got a baby one.
He's gonna rip again.
He come up on top?
Oh yeah.
And they liking that little white.
Pearl. He ain't ready. He's gonna rip again. Maybe he is. Pick him up, baby.
Yes, sir.
Woo! Stop it.
All right, you gonna get you a nice picture, Christopher? Nice. Oh yeah. All right, let's let him go.
What?
His face. I had to, dude.
Grab him?
He acted like he never lipped him.
I don't know.
Nice. Nice. He's not as big, but he's a pretty fish. Yeah, the fish are on fire right now.
Is that not a keeper?
Yeah. Okay.
Oh!
Nice. Rule number 1, don't fuck with your drag on the fish.
Oh, I always do. Especially for camera. I got him. He don't know he's got yet.
Look at that hook in the front. He's hitting me right in the back. A trout?
No, is that a trout?
That's a trout. That's a nice fucking trout,
That's a
dude.
trout!
Fuck
I thought it was a redfish. Now I'm so excited. Okay. Ooh. Look at that! Yes!
Yeah, baby.
Damn it, man! I thought it was a redfish.
Oh, motherfucker.
That's a little gator.
Look how strong he is. He tore his own shit off.
Oh my goodness!
Oh,
Oh my God, Andy! No!
Nah. I'll dive in the water for this motherfucker.
Andy, no!
Dude, that's
Look
a
at
nice
that.
trout.
Hold up. I gotta grab him right.
Holy bejesus. Oh, I got him! Yeah! Alright, Chris, I need a picture. Guys, this fish I thought was a redfish, and it's a beautiful trout. So, all I was doing is working that Czar back and forth, and they're just slamming it. They're all in thick with the mullet, and he's got his own fish right now. Good old Texas, Arroyo City Mogan. Yeah, that's the lure. Yeah! Yee-hoo, little doggy. Might actually be a black draw. Yep. Yee-hoo. On the gold spoon. Hey, you got some fight in you. What's going on, guys? Look at that redfish right there. He smashed the spoon. This is the first Texas redfish on a spoon for me. He's going. Not bad at all. Oh my gosh, that's a beautiful fish. That's a really pretty fish. He's a little small though. We can throw him back if you want.
Keeper. He'll keep, sure.
Look how clear he is. Thank you, sir. He was chasing that thing. Guys, I didn't have the flipping camera on, but that was an epic blow up. These spots on this pretty girl. Oh yeah, look at that. Another turtle. Check that out. Look at them beautiful spots.
What a hatch over here.
Should have told me I'd have brought you one. Now you put it right at the dock. Nice. Woo! All right, guys. So hey, that's a wrap. We're off the water. So what I want to do is cover some things as to what we did, what Andy did to help make this day a very successful day. So he's going to jump in here and tell us some of the things that we did. And hopefully, guys, if you're out near South Texas and you're out there fishing, maybe some of these pointers will help you. And not just in Texas, guys. You know, I know a lot of you guys watch me from all over. A lot of these techniques and tips will apply all over, especially in all over the Gulf, Louisiana, Florida. I mean, redfish are pretty, in general, you can fish for them and target them the same or similar ways. So without further ado, let's bring Andy in here, and he can tell us a little bit of why we were successful and what we did today. All right, Andy, so what was the number one factor, would you say, that made us successful on the water this morning?
We got lucky.
He says we got lucky. Oh man, so again guys, I think a lot of what we do over here or down in South Texas is very similar to Florida. We were using some light action spinning reels, 2500, 3000 series.
15-pound test line.
15-pound braid. What braid do you use?
I use Power Pro Super Slick.
See, and I can't stand that Super Slick.
You can't stand it. It's money down here.
You love it, huh?
I love it.
Have you ever tried the 832 braid?
I hate it.
Really?
I hate it.
What do you dislike about it?
It's too stiff.
Too stiff?
I don't like it.
See, and I love it in the smaller diameters. I noticed with the 832, it's a little thicker a diameter. The problem that I have with the Super Slick is that line twist and just knots, man. I could not get away from it.
No?
No.
You're doing it wrong.
Doing it wrong. See? I screw everything up, guys. That's all right, though, because, you know, he's doing great down here. So if you like the Super Slick, obviously Power Pro I use all the time. But I noticed, obviously, with Power Pro, you got that texture on the line, and sometimes it can prevent, you know, longer casts and things like that. And it's a little louder when you're reeling it in. So some people think they have a problem with their reel.
Yeah.
In reality, it's just the braid.
Just the braid, yeah.
What was the number one lure, do you think, that really helped us to be successful this morning?
I like what we used today was the Rapala Skidwalker.
The Skidwalker.
Skidwalker and a Pearl White.
And guys, I threw like 5 different lures, and we weren't getting anything. And Andy threw on a Skidwalker and the Pearl White on Chris's rod, and Chris just started slaying. And I mean, he was really slaying some fish.
Yes, sir.
So after a little while, I was being stubborn. I said, "Hey man, Andy, you got another one of those Skidwalkers?" Well, yeah. He goes and he gives me one of these little nubby ones. It's half the size of the one he gave me, Chris. Now, unbeknownst to me, I didn't know this till later on in the day. But I did throw it around, and I started getting bites and strikes. So that was a key bait. And it actually allowed me to land that monster trout that you saw on film. And man, she came up and lit that thing up. Now, the wind was blowing. It was about, what, 11-mile-an-hour wind?
In the morning, it was about 10, and then it picked up to about 15, 16.
All right, so what were the main lures that you would say that you would recommend for throwing in the conditions we had today?
Well, what I throw is anything subtle, natural, that blends in, that's hard to see for us, but it's easy to see for the fish. Reason I throw the Pearl White is mullet have white bellies. So you throw a topwater, mullet's always on the top. You throw a topwater, you mimic that mullet, that red, don't know the difference. It's going to go up there and smack it.
And that's a super valid point. And that's a good observation, guys. So I'd really take note of that. You know, I think a lot of times as fishermen, we get caught up in buying the things that look pretty or bright, you know, flashy. And let me tell you, we're all guilty. I am definitely guilty of it. But when it comes down to it, you know, the thing that looks the most natural or mimics what's swimming around the area is going to be usually most productive. And that white, there's a reason that bone white, pearl white, they're always productive. And I don't care where you go. You can,
Everywhere.
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 It works, and I'm not talking just saltwater. We're freshwater. Everywhere you go, bone white, pearl white, white in general is an effective color. So remember that next time you're out on the water. It really does. It does work. So we were actually able to fish topwater all the way till like 1 o'clock in the afternoon, which that's astonishing to me because over in the bay, you know, the sun gets up, the wind picks up. You know, 45 minutes after sunrise, a lot of times that topwater bite is shut down. When no fish can see it, that's it.
Not here.
Your fish are crazy. And they see that top water.
Not just the fish, though.
Yeah, not just the fish.
Not just the fish.
I like that. Listen, I mean, the other thing, what was the rod primarily? I mean, I was throwing like a 7.5 foot rod, is all a medium fast action. So that had a good play, so that way we could really pop those top waters and get the most movement. Anything else that you want to add that was really a key to honing in on them fish this morning?
Drop offs. They weren't as shallow as I thought they were,
Yeah.
and they were in that deep, long turtle grass.
Yep.
We caught most of the fish in about 2 to 2.5 foot of water.
Yep. And that's the thing too. This morning we were in really shallow stuff. We saw a lot of fish, but they were very spooky. I mean,
Skittish.
yeah, they would not touch anything.
Ridiculous.
And so Andy decided to move us off the flat a little bit, find a little deeper water, a little bit more pronounced potholes, and that was really, man, they turned on there for a minute. And then of course we just got bombarded by boat traffic, and it seemed like they just shut down.
Yeah, the area got too much pressure.
Yeah.
Too much pressure. They just chill. They won't bite. They won't just see them, but
They just not gonna.
bye.
Yeah. And guys, Chris actually, you know, for once, I mean, I think it's like the first time ever, Chris actually really slayed some fish.
Yeah, he did.
I don't know why. It's like he's got something to prove or something. I'm proud of him though. Hey, give a thumbs up for Chris and Andy. If you want to come down to South Texas and catch some of these beautiful fish, how do they reach you?
Call me at 956-455-7323, or you can find my Facebook page, Official Charters. It's OFISHAL Charters on Facebook.
Hey guys, I've been fishing with Andy for a few years now. He gets a lot of his stuff over at Joe's shop, Hook, Line, and Sinker. Highly recommend you check that out. I'll leave all their information down in the description below. But if you're ever in the area and you want to have a good time, all seriousness, give them a shout. We love coming over to Texas, and we look forward to bringing you some more content. So stay tuned, guys. And until next time, we'll see you on the water.